Okay, guys, so stage 2, lesson 8, punch block series from the guard. Stage 2. We're already in stage 1 because we were thrown off the mount, so I held my attacker down by the back of the neck and cinched the head close into the side. And then if I was under the arm, I swam over the arm, and I locked his arm to my side with the elbow. And he can throw some punches here to the head, and if he throws a swim under my arm, right, then I'm going to swim too. And if he swims on the head side, I switch and I swim. And I lock it down and I do the same thing. Very important that the thighs and elbows are close to each other, because the closer I am, the safer I am, right? Stage 2. This is just for, stage 1 is just if he hits the head. Probably not going to only hit the head, right? The guy may see, let's look on this side, everyone can come over here and make sure they're seeing the right spot, right? Maybe he's going to pull the arm back a little bit and throw a shot to the rib. These body shots can be very devastating. When you have your core concussed against and your internal organs vibrate and you lose your breath, it takes away all the oxygenation that your muscles are using, right, to maintain your closeness and your reasonable grip. So they could be potentially devastating for you. So it's important to stop them from happening. Let's note that what happens here is that the attacker is he's not sitting up and then throwing a punch. Because if he does, that's something else, and we'll look at that later. What he's doing is he's just pulling the arm back. So he's being held down, but he's pulling the arm back. And look at the space he makes. He makes distance between me and him. And it's through that space that the punch can travel and create this problem for me. So when I see that he pulls the arm back and he makes the space, look, I fill the space. That's it. Now he doesn't like this, so he's going to think maybe I can do it on the other side. And when he makes the space, I fill the space. And that's it. Look what's happening here. As soon as the attacker pulls the arm back and makes the space, I fill it with the knee. I just put the knee inside. Maybe I push the arm a little bit to help, but I put the knee inside. My shin, right, blocks the arm from coming forward. Now, he can still pull the arm back farther, right? So what do I do to make sure that doesn't happen? I hook with no thumb, like this, a monkey grip, over the tricep, and I just hang on that. And to make it secure from the bottom, look at my foot here, I put it in his hip. Right? And I just wait here like this. I don't need to do it on this side unless he tries to pull the punch on that side. When he does and he makes the space, I fill the space, lock it down with my arm, and then put the feet in the hip. Foot in the hip. And are my knees together where maybe he can reach around me anyway? No. I want to spread the punches as far away from each other as possible. So I spread the knees open, and I just wait here. So we're in stage 1. And he sees that he can't touch my face because I have everything so close. So when he pulls the arm back and makes space, I fill the space. And I keep my hand right here, locking the back of the tricep down, and the foot is in the hip. If I can't put the foot in the hip, maybe I move back a little bit so I can reach the hip. Then he goes to the other side. I fill the space, lock, foot in the hip. And I keep the knees wide and I just wait here. How long do I wait here? What do we think?
Until he tires out.
Until he tires out, yeah. And then what's he going to try and do? He's probably going to try and get close again and hit my face. So how long do I keep him in stage 2? As long as I need to, until I can get back to stage 1. Stage 1's always the safest because it's the closest. Right, we're approaching the mid-range here. So how long do I keep him here? Just long enough to get me back into stage 1. And look, when I see him starting to get frustrated because he can't hit my body and he leans over, I open and drop back into stage 1. Okay? Check out how we do this. We don't open wide, so we're in stage 2, right? And he starts to lean forward. We don't open wide, forget everything, and then here we are. And I'm just splayed out. No good. I want to be safe. Stage 1. And when he opens the punch, I fill the space. Now he opens the punch on the other side, I fill the space, and I wait here. And when I see him aggress more by leaning forward, I open and drop. Back to stage 1. Okay, makes sense? Let's give it a try. Okay, so stage 2, right? The attacker pulls back. I fill the space, hook, other side, fill the space, hook. Right, a little more detail now. What if they swim? We saw them swim in stage 1, right? And we just re-swim to establish that. So same thing here. If they try to swim inside, look, I just re-swim. Now, this should only happen once, because the swim only happens because my elbows are a little high, and he gets inside, and then when I re-swim, I just have to lock this elbow down. Now it's going to be hard for him to get underneath because my elbow block is so nice, right? Just keep the elbows tight. As long as the elbows are against the thighs, he should have a very hard time swimming in. And we said, how long do we keep him here? We keep him here as long as we need to before we can return to stage 1. That means that I don't force him. I don't give everything up and pull him into stage 1, and look, along the way he punches me, right? What I do is I wait until he leans and he tries to attack the face, and then, because his weight is over here, look, when I open, he drops into stage 1. All right, that's the trick. Again, it's not about how much energy you use, it's about the position of your body preventing him from being able to make a clean shot. All right, look at the order of operations here too. It's my leg, then my arm, then his arm. Far away from me, right? And that's why I don't keep the knees together. I keep them as wide as possible. Now, the drill for this, right? We'll start in stage 1. We'll start in stage 1, and we'll do 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 swims. A punching side swim, and I swim back inside, and a head side swim. Switch head control, swim inside. Now he sees that I have stage 1 covered, and my face is not available, so he's going to pull the arm back for stage 2, and I fill the space. And maybe he does it on the other side, and I fill the space. And now we go 5 punches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe he swims, so I swim. He swims on the other side, so I swim. And then, after those 5 punches, he starts to lean back in, so I open and drop. Back to stage 1. Another 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he goes to stage 2, so I follow. Go ahead. Fill the space. Fill the space. 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I open and drop. Back to stage 1. Final 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? That's what we do. So we're going to go stage 1, stage 2, stage 1, stage 2, stage 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. In each stage, 5 punches, 2 swims. Make sure you swim to the punching side and to the head side, so they have to switch the head control and swim over again. Okay, that's the drill. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 1, then stage 2, then stage 1. It's on the wall right there. Stage 2 drill. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 5 punches, 2 swims per stage. Okay? If, final point, someone asked the question, if you're having a hard time when the person retracts their arm, you can fill the space, but you can't get your foot on their hip, that's okay. Just do the best you can and keep your knees inside and hook over. Most common mistake people make is they hold the bicep like this and they don't block the backward motion of the arm, so now the guy can pull more. He can pull back for another punch. You have to hook in the front and the shin stops the punch coming this way, and then you have to hook over the back, so when he tries to pull back, he can't. Okay? So if you can't get a feet on the hips, no problem. Just stay close. Go ahead and make the space right over here. I fill the space, and I just wait. Ideally, you get the feet on the hips. If not, keep everything here. Make sense? Okay, we're good.